In the opening pasuk of this week's Parsha, we find an intriguing description of the Mishkan. Pekudei Mishkan, Mishkan eidut. The Torah calls the Mishkan eidut. What does this phrase mean? Several Mefarshim, including the Ibn Ezra and the Ramban, interpret eidut as a reference to the luchos, described by the Torah as shnei luchos eidut luchos ha'even, and which the Torah often calls simply eidut, as in ve'el ha'aron titein es eidut asher itein alecha. On this interpretation, Mishkan eidut simply means the Mishkan, which houses the luchos. Rashi, however, understood otherwise. Taking his cue from the Medrash Tanchuma and the Medrash Rabbi, Rashi understands the phrase Mishkan eidut to mean the Mishkan that constitutes and represents testimony. The Mishkan that stands as a witness that communicates a message. What is that eidut? What is the message that the Mishkan broadcasts? Paraphrasing those Midrashim, Rashi states that the Mishkan offers testimony that Viter lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Amaseh Ha'egel. The Mishkan stands as evidence that HaKadosh Baruch Hu forgave Knesset Yisrael for the communal apostasy that was displayed in the Chet Ha'egel. After that kind of betrayal, Chazal describe it as equivalent to Kala Shezinsa Tachas Chupasa. There was room to wonder whether we were still God's people. The Mishkan, says the Torah, serves as proof that the answer is a resounding yes. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has forgiven us. The Mishkan stands as eidus Yisrael Shavita Lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Amasa Ha'egel Sharei Hishrash Chinaso Beinehem. I think, however, that there is room to consider an additional message, an additional component of the testimony offered by the Mishkan. The message borne by the Mishkan is not only a response to a particular historical question, whether Chet Ha'egel was forgiven, but it bears a more general, universal import. Perhaps the message broadcast by the Mishkan relates to that which the Ramban identifies as the Sod HaMishkan, Shehiyyeh HaKavod Asher Shechan Al Sinai, Shochen Alav B'Nistar, that the divine presence which descended upon our Sinai dwells perpetually upon and within the Mishkan. What is the significance of this testimony? What is the chiddush of this message? At Har Sinai, Bnei Yisrael experienced the majesty and glory of the divine presence. Yet one could have said that that kind of experience, that Hashras HaShechina, that contact with the divine, is possible, is available, only on a remote desert mountaintop, far removed from the normal spheres of human existence. If someone wants to achieve that kind of experience of the Baruch Shalom, if one wants to encounter his transcendent presence, then they need to disconnect themselves from human society and culture. They need to escape to the wilderness and ascend Har Sinai. The Mishkan testifies, no. That same Kavod Hashem that revealed itself upon Har Sinai dwells within the Mishkan. It resides at the epicenter of Bnei Yisrael's encampment, the place around which they pitched their tents and built their lives. Sviv l'ohel moed yachanu. The Ribono Shel Olam's presence, his kedusha, his message, reaches into our homes where we sleep and eat and raise our families, into the marketplace where we conduct our business and make our living. It frames our everyday interactions and relationships, and it bears upon our perpetual interests and pursuits. A striking symbol of this theme, I think, is the location of the Beis Din Hagadol. We know that the Beis Din Hagadol, the supreme Torah authority, convened in the Makom HaMikdash, V'kamta ve'alisa l'makom asher yivchar Hashem l'kecha bo. In particular, it was situated in the Lishkas HaGazis, near the corner of the Azara. According to the Tosfos in Avodah Zarah, the reason they convened specifically in the Lishkas HaGazis was due to a unique feature of that chamber, that it was Chetzio Kodesh and Chetzio Chol. A Sanhedrin that resides in a Makom which is Kulo Chol does not represent and project the sanctity of Torah. It needs to be Samach L'Shechina. But at the same time, in addition to, I think, a technical issue of allowing and enabling the Sanhedrin to sit, a Sanhedrin that sits in a place which is Kulo Kodesh fails to do justice to the scope and nature of that sanctity, to the extent to which it is able and intended to engage and elevate Chol. Torah does not retreat from ordinary human existence, but ennobles and enriches it. That too is the testimony that is broadcast by the Mishkan. Good Shabbos.